From America's farm to fork capital and some of the richest farmland in the world, it's time for What's in Season with Michael Marks, sponsored by Meals on Wheels, Sacramento County.
Welcome to What's in Season with Michael Marks. What an exciting show we have for you today. The icon of America, fall's favorite gourd. We're talking pumpkins, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have so much fun with pumpkins. It is the only crop in the United States that makes everybody smile, even kids. It's the only vegetable that makes kids smile. So we're going to talk about pumpkins today. Jeremy Patton is with us today from Culture and Crumb, and he has some tips for you for your harvest and your Halloween parties. That's going to be a ton of fun. Mandy Bottoms is here, and we're doing pumpkin pie in a bag. That's going to be so much fun. And of course, Dr. Chelsea is making a house call with us today. We're talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's a very, very important month, and so we're going to chat about that. And of course, Chef Adam Peckel is with us today. What's he cooking up? Pumpkins. All right. Hey, let's get started. Oh my goodness. Hey, you know, when you're talking about pumpkins, there are more than 200 different varieties of pumpkins. First of all, pumpkins belong to the cucurbita family. Now, what's in a cucurbita family? Well, that would be cucumbers, watermelons, squash, both summer squash and winter squash, and let's see what else. The watermelons are in there too. So all of those are in this family. It's a huge family, but pumpkins, oh my goodness. In the United States, 1.5 billion pounds of pumpkins are harvested every single year. California is right up there, by the way, in the top 5. You got Illinois, they grow about 40%, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and California. Those are the top producers. But every state in the United States grows pumpkins. Yes, even in Alaska, they all grow pumpkins. So is the pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? Okay, raise your hands if you think the pumpkin is a vegetable. Yes. Raise your hands if you think it's a fruit. Yes, it is. You're both right. Here it is, the post-harvest technology of horticulture crops from UC Davis. They are the authority on all crops. And it says right here, post-harvest handling system for fruit vegetables. It's actually called a fruit vegetable. That's right. So I'm really confused, aren't you? Oh my goodness. So when you're talking about pumpkins, how do you pick out the best pumpkins? There's a couple rules I have. First of all, when you're picking out pumpkins, get them early and get them ugly. That's what you're looking for. Get them early, get them ugly. You do not have to have the perfect jack-o'-lantern. You don't have to have the perfect shaped jack-o'-lantern. It can be a little lopsided. Take a look at this pumpkin over here. Oh, look at that. Look at that crease on its face right there. That is so cool. I love this. So get them early and get them ugly. That's what, you know, when you get them early, look at these, all these little tendrils on them. Those are so cute. You know, whether you're gonna use this for cooking, whether you're gonna use this for cutting up for Halloween, whether you're gonna maybe make this into a drink. Oh, pumpkin spice latte, right? That's become very, very popular. So get them early, and get them ugly. Now, there are a couple things I do want you to look for on a pumpkin. First of all, this belongs to the hard winter squash family. That's right, hard winter squash. That means they need to be hard. So when you're picking out your pumpkins, I want you to thump that thing. Whatever pumpkin it happens to be, you've got to thump it. Is it hard? It's a hard winter squash. Then I want you to turn it over and look at the blossom end. This is the blossom end of the pumpkin. And feel on that blossom end, because if there's going to be any decay, it's going to be right here first. So always check that out. And then finally, I tell people all the time, check out the stem. Just hold them up, you know, hold them up. Does the stem stay attached? If the stem stays attached, that's a pumpkin that's going to last all fall long, and it won't melt on your porch this coming Halloween. Let's check this one out here, called a warty goblin, or also called knucklehead. I kind of like that. that. This one here, that is very, very cool. It's called, it's called One Too Many. It looks like somebody had one too many. That's what it is. A fairy tale, which is actually an old variety of pumpkin that came out of France. Jack B. Little Mini Pumpkin, a little mini boo. Illumina is this one here. This one is Gerardel, which actually also came from France. One of the best tasting of all of the pumpkins. I love this one. Check this out. What do you think you call that? What would you call this? It's called a black cat. I love a black cat. And then this one here, what does this look like to you? From Cinderella's Coach. That's right, the variety name is Cinderella. So many different varieties of pumpkins. Hey, coming right up, we're gonna turn cheese into a pumpkin. So don't go away. If you have any questions for me or for any of our guests, you want to know more about pumpkins, or you have a suggestion for us, just write to us. It's very simple. What's in season at cbs.com. So in Cinderella, her coach turned into a pumpkin. Well, Jeremy Patton is here with us. We're going to turn cheese into a pumpkin, aren't we?
We are.
Jeremy Patton from Culture and Crumb. What are we going to do here today for our harvest parties that we're going to have?
So we're going to take some cream cheese, some Chevre. We're going to make these amazing pumpkins that you can put on your charcuterie board for your harvest party. So let me walk you through this.
Okay.
Here. So we're going to take 8 ounces of cream cheese. You want this at room temperature. So leave that out for a couple hours.
So it molds better, I would imagine, right?
Up. Exactly. Then we're going to take 4 ounces of Chevre. Chevre is goat cheese. It's fresh goat cheese. It's going to be nice and tangy. It's delicious. Kind of balance out the richness of the cream cheese. Then we're going to take 1/8 of a cup of pumpkin puree.
Okay, either fresh or out of a can.
Exactly, however you have it. Then we're gonna take 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. You can find this at all your grocery stores. So aromatic.
You all have it in your cupboards. Come on, I know you have it.
So flavorful. Then we're gonna take 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now this is all gonna be on the website, so you don't have to take notes. You can go to the website. Then we're gonna put that in your stand mixer. And the key with this, Michael, is we don't wanna whip it too much.
Okay.
It's about 15 to 20 seconds.
So this is not the time to get on Facebook. This is not the time to go to the bathroom. This is the time to stay right with it.
Stay right with it.
Okay.
As you start to see everything incorporate, which about 20 seconds in, we're gonna get there. We're gonna turn that off. We're just gonna pull that out. You're gonna see it needs just a little bit more blend time.
Okay.
But what's gonna happen is once that incorporates, you're gonna divide that into 2 portions and put it in the refrigerator.
Let it thicken up a little bit.
Let it thicken up. Once it comes out of the refrigerator, we're gonna roll it in pecans. So I've already done that for us.
Oh, nice.
And this is the part where we get to invent the pumpkin. So we're gonna take our ball that's rolled in pecans and we're gonna wrap it with some saran wrap.
Okay.
Just a small piece of saran wrap there, nice and tight. So the excess is gonna be on the bottom there. And we're gonna take kitchen twine. So you can find this at all your grocery stores as well. And put that kitchen twine, I have 4 pieces of kitchen twine.
Okay.
Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna pull up and over.
Kids could help with this one.
Kids,
this part, right?
Great with this, nice and tight.
Oh, look at that, okay.
Now that's gonna make a nice little indent.
You're putting the creases in the pumpkin.
So we're gonna fold that and we're just gonna tie that off. We're gonna repeat that 4 times.
Okay.
And once we get that back in the fridge for another 2 hours to set up, unpack it. It's gonna look like that. You can put it a little bit of a...
What's the stem?
Oh yes, of course, the stem. Little cinnamon stick.
There you go.
Goes right into the top of it. That's gonna be delicious. We serve it with ginger snaps. We serve it with graham crackers. It's delicious, it's creamy, it's savory. It's gonna be perfect for that.
Have your kids had this?
Well, they already ate one before we got here.
They did. So kids will even love it.
Kids will love it, we love it. It's great on your harvest charcuterie board.
What a great idea for harvest or Halloween parties that you might have. Thank you. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Culture and Crumb.
Yeah, Culture and Crumb is a family-based charcuterie business. We love to create innovative, creative charcuterie ideas for you to celebrate with your family so that you can be the hero.
All right. Hey, coming right up, we're going to have Mandy Bottoms here. Pumpkin pie in a bag. Can't wait for that. You know, when it comes to the holiday time, especially Thanksgiving time, Who doesn't want a pumpkin pie? In fact, it was so connected to the early Thanksgivings of our early pilgrims that in Connecticut, they had a shortage of molasses one particular Thanksgiving back in the late 1700s. So they delayed Thanksgiving so that they could make their pumpkin pie. Well, with us today, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. We're making pumpkin pie. You know how long that takes? Oh no, we're doing pumpkin pie in a bag. Mandy Bottoms, Ag in the Classroom. This is so cool.
This is a fun activity, and for parents who don't love the mess of cooking with kids, it contains it all into one bag.
Okay.
It's really helpful. So a pretty simple recipe. We'll have it available for you on the screen here, but what you're going to start out with first is some milk, and I'm actually going to have you be the holder of the bag, and you put in 2 2/3 cup whole milk, so that's kind of a key ingredient there.
Okay.
And then we're going to add in 2 packets of instant vanilla pudding. So
okay.
And then there's 2. And then you can probably guess what we're going to do after this one. We're actually going to close the bag and mush it around with our hands. And this is what makes it so great for kids. They don't need spoons or anything else. They can just mush it around with their hands.
Let me mush it around, close it up, get the air out of there. And now I'm going to mush.
So,
just like this?
And while kids are working on, so it's perfect, you can talk about some of the other products that you get from pumpkin. So it's not just a jack-o'-lantern, but there's products that we eat all the time. Soups, curries, pumpkin pie, pumpkin seeds. So you could talk about some of those things while they're mushed up.
Okay, I've mushed it up.
It's all mushed up.
Now what?
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 1 can of pumpkin puree. So we'll go ahead and dump that in there.
Illinois, by the way, produces about 95% of all the canned pumpkins in the United States. That's a lot.
Okay, don't close it yet.
Okay.
We're going to do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger.
Oh, that's a nice ingredient, yeah. Am I gonna mix it up again?
You're gonna mix it up again.
Okay, here we go.
We're almost done already.
Putting me to work again. So you gotta, all pumpkin pies have a crust.
That's right.
So what are we gonna do with the crust for this
So this
thing?
is another fun project for kids. I put these in a plastic bag earlier and banged on it with a wooden spoon.
Graham crackers.
Create some graham cracker crust. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and drop that. This is where we're going to be putting our pumpkin pie. So we'll put some in each of our cups here to create the base layer. And then you don't even need to spoon out. So ideally you would refrigerate this for probably an hour.
So it thickens up a little bit, right?
Yeah, but you're all waiting, so we don't want to keep waiting.
I know.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut a corner. Hopefully not drip too much out. And then you're going to put some into the cups.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. There we go. And then if you could squirt a little bit of whipped cream on top.
I'm pretty good at this.
Once you can get it up. All right.
Live television, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful. And then you can grab a spoon and you get to enjoy.
Pumpkin pie in a bag. Oh my goodness. Mandy Bottoms, tell us a little bit about Ag in the Classroom. This is all the fun things that we get to do with our kids, whether it's in a classroom or at home if we're homeschooling, right?
Exactly. So our website is learnaboutag.org. And if you like an activity like this, we have lots of activities you can do at home, in the classroom, and we have some events and programs you want to check out too.
Oh my goodness. Mandy, this is actually really, really good. Hold on, don't go anywhere. If you have any questions for Mandy Bottoms or Ag in the Classroom, you can write us right here. What's in season at cbs.com. That's so good. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Chelsea is here with us, and we're talking about a very important subject, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm going back to my pumpkin pie in a bag. It's so good. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. 1 in 8 women in their lifetime or going to be diagnosed with breast cancer. There's probably not anybody out there that doesn't know somebody, maybe in a family or a friend, who has had to deal with breast cancer. Dr. Chelsea Zarkon is with us today, and we're going to talk about this very important subject. It impacts so many families and so many women.
Yeah, like you said, we all know somebody who's been affected by breast cancer. And so today I just kind of want to talk a little bit about what are some things we can do to live a more breast cancer preventative lifestyle, the things that are in our control.
So taking away some of the risks, is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
So one of the big things that I think about when I'm thinking about just living a lifestyle that reduces some of the risk is endocrine disruptors.
Oh, hold on. That's like a 7-syllable word.
So we'll break it down. So those are chemicals in our environment that can bind our hormone receptors. And today specifically, we're thinking about estrogen receptors in our body. Now, estrogen is so important for female health. We need it for strong bones, healthy hearts, healthy brain. But what happens is when these chemicals in our environment bind estrogen receptors, we get too much of an estrogen signal, and that can actually be a part of how cancer cell growth and breast cancer cell growth specifically happens. And so one of the first things I do when a woman comes to me and wants to clean up her hormones and her lifestyle to support that, whether she has breast cancer or not, is I look at some of the environmental sources of these endocrine
Some of the
disruptors.
toxic environmental things. Okay.
Exactly. Yep. So one of the biggies is plastics, which you would never suspect, right? Interfering with your hormones, but plastics contain endocrine disruptors. And if you're new to getting plastics out of your life, they're everywhere. But a really good place to start is with food storage, because we actually eat these plastics when we drink or eat food that has, or beverage that has been stored in plastic. So for me, I'm thinking about switching these out to glass and to stainless steel. So next we have fragrances. Fragrances will hunt you down and haunt you. They are everywhere. They're in our, what we use, our fabric softeners, our laundry detergent. They're in scents, so perfumes and candles. They're in our cosmetics, lotions, shampoos, hand soaps. And so I am looking at taking an inventory of what in my life has those fragrances and opting for fragrance-free, or things that have been fragranced with essential oils is a really nice alternative if you love that fragrance in your life. And then we have beef, and this is an important consideration. So cows themselves can be treated with hormones, but they can also eat pesticides in their feed. And pesticides are also hormone disruptors. And those pesticides will bioaccumulate in the beef, and then we eat it, and we are actually affected by those hormone disruptors. So trying to go for grass-fed, pasture-raised, really any food item that has contact with pesticides, trying to get as clean as possible.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we want to think about what do we add in? Not just taking out, but what do we add in to support our livers in eliminating all these toxins?
What will strengthen us, right?
What will strengthen us?
Okay.
Yeah. So first thing on my list has to be mushrooms, which we talked about last month. And mushrooms contain chemicals called beta-glucans, which in research helps eliminate these plastics. And
interesting.
Yeah, and then many mushrooms, your reishi, your turkey tail, have cancer protective effects. And then we've got berries, which I know are not an autumnal fruit, but they contain antioxidants, which help your liver get rid of those toxins without a big inflammatory mess. And then we also have your alliums. So
all the onions, garlic, yes.
Comes from sulfur, and that sulfur can block the estrogen receptor and slow down cancer cell growth. And then we've got your healthy fats, which are super essential to getting toxins out of your body.
So walnuts and healthy oils and things like that, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Chelsea, such an important topic. Thank you for making a house call and talking us through this very important topic. Hey, coming up, we're going to have Chef Adam Peckel is with us today. What's he cooking up? I want pumpkins. That's right. The pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern of all trades. You can do anything with it. Decorate it, cook it, cut it, turn it into a drink. Well, Chef Adam Peckel is with us today. By the way, the recipe that we're going to share today, you got a couple of them, but one of the recipes, from now through July 4th of next year, all of our recipes are going to be coming out of the City Tavern cookbook. The City Tavern is the oldest tavern in the United States. That's where Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Thomas, they all ate at the City Tavern in Philadelphia. And so all of these recipes are recipes that our founding fathers ate. So
it's amazing. And it's simple, ingredient driven. That's the way I like to cook. And you know, the recipe from the book is not far off what I would normally do with a pumpkin soup.
That's awesome. So the first thing, it's a hard winter squash, hard to get into. Tell us how to get into a pumpkin.
It is. I mean, for anyone that's done jack-o'-lanterns, I mean, it is a process. Safety knives and all that. I mean, safety is important. I would even recommend a safety knife because they have really hard skins to get in there. A small, thin knife. Serrated if possible. I mean, this is almost a perfect knife, but I like to roast all my squashes. Okay. So whether it's a butternut or a pumpkin or any of those, you want to cut them in half, and we're going to roast them. Okay. And so I'm just going to go right in, and just nice and easy. Just take your time, and you kind of just saw through it. This is actually cooperating quite well, so that's good. And again, just go slow. I'm going fast for TV, but you know, go at your own leisure, and we open it up. And there we go, a nice, perfect pumpkin.
And we can roast the seeds in there. Don't take anything out yet, right?
I don't leave anything out. I like to keep the moisture, and I just go right down.
Cut side down
on a sheet tray. A little bit of water. So you're gonna preheat your oven to 350, a little bit of water. And then we're going to go right into the oven.
You want to open that oven for me, Chef?
I will open that oven.
Okay.
There we go.
That goes in, and we have one to come out.
Depending on the size of the pumpkin, some are bigger than others. The one I roasted yesterday was much bigger. And
Take a look at that.
It took about an hour and a half. This little guy, 45 minutes to an hour. So I like to set my timer for about every 20, 30 minutes and check it, and it'll get soft to the touch. And again, we've got a real monster here. I'm going to take this little special thing. We're going to save that for later.
Official culinary term, monster.
I mean, this is going to be a little, here we go. And then you've got this beautiful pumpkin.
Oh, that is gorgeous. I'll
scoop the seeds out, and I just want to show you a little bit. So, first step to scoop all the seeds out, but then you see you've got all this nice, soft pumpkin flesh. You can buy the stuff in the can, but this is it right here. You put that in a blender, and you've got great, fresh pumpkin flesh to mess with. So then we take that with some aromatics, boil it, a little bit of cream, and make an easy soup. And we're gonna come back to that soup, but another little trick. So we've got these great little tiny pumpkins, and we've got Thanksgiving coming up. And what are you going to do for a table presentation?
Let's put this right up there. I want people to see that.
So like this, so that we've got an apple pie pumpkin. There's always the debate, is it pumpkin, is it apple? Let's have a little bit of both. So I've got I kind of pre-roasted this for about 20 minutes. I take any kind of apple pie filling, however you make your apple pie, take a little apple pie filling. I went with like kind of a little Dutch crumble topping. You can do...
And the same spices, right?
Same spices, everything like you would normally make an apple pie, just like that. Bake that for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you've got this great apple pie in a pumpkin.
Brilliant, again, I love that.
And again, less on the cleanup. You can just, you can eat as much pumpkin as you like.
No washing.
And then throw the shell away.
All right.
And of course, we've got a great soup. Well, we've got soup bowls. Again, let's cut down on the dishes and serve our pumpkin soup in these amazing the white pumpkins are awesome. I love them. I've done this now multiple times.
So this is our pumpkin bisque that came from
this is the pumpkin
City Tavern.
Straight out of the City Tavern cookbook. And I love doing this for Thanksgiving dinners. One of my mom's favorites for sure. And there you go. And again,
I saw some peppers over here, Chef. What are we going to do with those peppers?
In the cookbook from, I don't know what year these recipes came from so far back, but they wanted Scotch bonnet peppers on this soup. And I said, I think that's a great idea.
I do too.
This nice, sweet, creamy bisque, add a little spice to it, some toasted nuts, garnish it how you like, some chives, and just keeping it festive.
Chef Adam Peckel, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you next time.